Hi, and welcome to week 4 of our Devising Theatre online workshop series. My name is Margot. I'm the Artistic Director of Milk Crate Theatre.
And I am Lucy, and I am the support artist.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So today we're starting to talk about character creation. And so at Milk Crate Theatre, when we create characters, we're really explicit that the character that we're creating is not ourselves. So I think we've spoken about this in other videos as well, but it's just really key for us that we don't play ourselves or improvise as ourselves on stage in a theatrical context. But we've got lots and lots of tools, and there are so many tools in the world for creating a character that sits outside of yourself. So, you know, if I'm playing a character that I've created, this character has their own name, they have their own history, clothing, costume, whatever. So when I'm playing that character, I can put on a piece of costume and be that character. I take off my costume afterwards and I'm me again, so that there's a really nice sense of separation. And I think that's really, it's good for us, isn't it? Anyone, really.
Yeah. It's kind of good, particularly, well, for anyone, but particularly if there's any trauma stuff, it's good to just not be reliving things and repeating stories that are, because that can be harmful in itself, and kind of re-traumatizing sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's nice to, it's just a nice sort of having a barrier, a little bit of a barrier.
Yeah, and it's part of the fun too, isn't it? To just play someone else for a little bit and be part of something that is created.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So there's so many ways. This is, again, another massive subject about how to begin creating a character. And that might be as part of a collaborative experience, or maybe it's something that you do as an independent or solo artist, or it might be for a tiny little piece that you're making, or you might be creating a character for a whole series of shows that you want to create in the future. There's so many different ways. And at the end of this video, we will be setting a task, a very simple task, a list of questions for you to start answering to begin thinking about creating a character. But there are lots of other ways. So Lucy has written us some amazing ideas here.
Yeah. So we were thinking about developing a character being inspired by a piece of costume, or an object, or experimenting with makeup. I've been doing some of that lately. Just getting something and having a play around with what it does to your face and how that makes you feel, and what you can build from there. That can be a really fun one for building quite bizarre characters that you're not used to. Used to kind of, parts of yourself that you're not used to going into, or which is another way of developing something, I guess. It can be fictionalized, but like a little part of you that's that you don't usually enact much of. You can build a character kind of around that. A photograph of someone in a crowd, or an old photograph, you can work from that. Someone you know, you can base it around a family member.
Be careful with that one.
Be careful with that one. But you know them well, and you can sink into that.
Could be a tribute.
Yeah.
An homage.
Yes. You can see someone on the bus sometimes, and they've got some sort of habitual movement where you're overhearing a bit of a conversation and they're going like, I can't believe, and you kind of just take that and go, I can absolutely build a character around this. Which kind of brings us to physicalization, like where if you see someone who's like, what would the character be if they just had like tremendously tight shoulders and maybe were a little bit, kept themselves in a little bit like that. You can base characters around how you're moving your body. Being inspired by an artwork also is a lovely one, or a song or a piece of music. That can be kind of like, you could see an artwork, a face or something in an artwork, and you could build that straight from that, or it could just be the color or the feeling that you're getting from it. or the era even, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
Someone could be basing it on the very proper, prim and proper sort of time period person from there.
Or a behavior.
Mm.
A behavior that is maybe existed in a particular era.
Yeah.
Or like a socially acceptable behavior.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're challenging those kinds of things.
Mm.
Kind of tend to start from that place. How do you get inspired, Lucy? Do you see something around the house? Or you've been doing a few characters during coronavirus?
I've been doing some strange kind of characters that are kind of short. That's been a lot of makeup and costume leading that. Sometimes a bit of an idea, but mostly having a play around. Also because with COVID, there's been a lot of times just not being able to meet up with other performance sort of things and kind of just needing to wake myself out of being at home all the time, which is really, costume and makeup is a really nice way of doing that. Because if you've smeared your face with enough makeup, you can't just go back to bed. You've got to do something then. And you you kind of like, okay, well, what would I do?
Yeah.
What would this construction create?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Awesome. Fantastic. And we're going to explore all of these kinds of things in the weeks to come. But for today, we'll finish on our task for you to take through the week. Come back to us after you have answered this list of questions. Okay. So you're going to create a character. You're going to begin creating a character and know that this can change. You can change any of the answers to any of these questions. They're just little questions to inspire ideas. Yeah, so nothing set in stone. Just have a go, have a draft. So you want a character's name, their age, a location or place or space in which they exist, which could be real or imagined, naturalistic or not. Any of this can be. Their occupation or activity, so what they do in life. Their likes, their dislikes, a secret that your character has. I like that one. Their closest relationship.
I like that one too.
Yeah, says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then you can go back to our week 1 video and check these things out. I want you to think about the kind of rhythm or pace or level or posture of your character.
Just the one that's kind of most habitual, I guess?
Yes.
Or because characters are going to move through
That's
all
right.
of them
Yeah.
at some point, generally.
Yes.
But
We've
yeah,
three different.
we've all got habitual ones.
Yes. What is the general temperament of your character? Are they usually, do they make their way around town in a very flowing state?
Made me think of an octopus.
There might be an
Making
octopus
his way around town.
making his way around town, super going with the flow. And his name is Fred. And he lives in a vacuum of Fanta.
Oof.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Not
You
sure.
can't come up with anything worse than that, okay?
It's not bad. It's
not,
just
not great. I think you can do probably a little bit better.
Giving me
than
some
that.
childhood Fanta overload
I know.
memories.
So good. So you're going to answer those questions, and then from that list, I'd like you to write out a page. So it's not just a list of answers, but I'd like you to write out a bunch of sentences for us, describing your character. So you're going to introduce this character to us, to the group. So you need to write it in the third person, which means you're saying he, she, they, it, the thing, the person, the character. Yeah. So we're not using I. You're going to put it in the third person. All right.
Fred makes his way around town.
Fred makes his way
Before
around
returning
town.
to his Fanta vacuum.
Fred is 500 years old. The Fanta's kept him
Fanta
alive.
is, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It has
pickled.
healing properties.
He's Fanta pickled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Okay. See, we've already started something. The possibilities are endless. Look forward to
Tune in
hearing
next week.
Yes, we can't wait to hear your ideas. Yep, fantastic. All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.